Welcome to the Hunt Fish Travel Podcast. I'm your hostess, Carrie Zilka, and while I am by no means an expert, I have learned a thing or two over the years, and I'm happy to share. I'll be posting a new turkey hunting tip every Wednesday through April, and past tips can be found at www.cz.net/category/hunting tips. Turkeys are wily little birds. They are a bundle of nervous energy and are probably one of the wariest creatures that I've ever hunted, but they are so much fun. And there are a few things a hunter can do to give them the advantage. Whenever I hunt a new spot, I always try to get there the day before. My main goal is to find the tree those turkeys will be roosting in. Obviously, the species you're chasing, the weather, and the terrain will factor in what kind of tree and where they roost. But all turkeys sleep in trees at night, and if you can find that roost tree, you'll know exactly where to set up in the morning. The morning of the hunt will be discussed next week, by the way. It goes without saying that if you have time, scouting for turkeys as discussed in last week's episode is a no-brainer. For me, simply driving around until I spot them in a field is my go-to scouting choice, mostly because I have limited time. And a quick note about the drive-bys. Don't stop when you see the turkeys. Don't even slow down. Just keep driving, head down until you're out of sight, make a U-turn, drive past again. Seriously, I cannot stress this enough. Don't spot turkeys and pull over to glass them. They will hightail it out of there so fast it won't even be funny. Drive past until you note which direction they're heading in, especially if it's close to sunset, because at this point they're slowly making their way to the roost tree, and you want to make sure you note the tree line they're heading to. So now it's past dusk. You've given them plenty of time to get up into that tree, or maybe you snuck in close enough to hear them fly up. Trust me, can't not hear them if you're close enough. They're so noisy. If you're sure you know the area they're in but can't figure out the closest tree, shot call. For me, an owl hoot works best. That boss Tom will gobble right back at you and you'll be able to pin the exact tree that they're in. I would caution not to do it more than once or twice and not too closely together, timing-wise. So now you know where they are. Chances are you followed a trail into the area, and that'll be the trail that you follow tomorrow morning. Bring some reflector tape and mark the side of the tree you'll see walking in as you back out. Mark the spot you want to set up your decoy and blind, or however you want to hunt. If you have to guess which way they'll head, towards food and water or the closest biggest field, set up your decoy en route. And set up within your effective range, by the way. If your effective range is 40 yards, set up within 40 yards of the roost tree. Do not, however, set up within 10 yards of the roost tree, or they will totally bust you. I promise. You want them to land and be comfortable and start making their way towards wherever they're going to be heading to. Mind you, if you can scout them before season starts, all the better. Turkeys, like deer, can be patterned. They are creatures of habit. That's it. In summary, put them to bed the night before, figure out which tree they are in after dark, set up within your effective range. Next week, we'll talk about tomorrow morning. Thank you for listening. If you know any turkey hunters, be sure to share this episode with them. Until next time, here is to a big bird down.